going to do a ballistics gel test on this Federal Premium Punch and 9mm. It's the 124 grain offering. We'll be firing it from my Taurus G2, which has a I'll post the barrel length up here. I can never remember because I got so many. So not a micro, I would say, not a full size. It's in there in the medium, you know, kind of a compact there. So something like what most people carry. So that's what we use for the test today. You see there, Federal is advertising muzzle velocity 1150 feet per second. So we'll get the chrono set up here and try to get some reads from it as well. So this is 10% Nox Ballistics Gelatin, and our BB calibration's coming in at 3.4 inches. It's 45 degrees today, but we do have it in the cooler with some ice to keep it temperature controlled. Ideal temperature for these is 39 degrees. So we'll do a test with a single layer of t-shirt, and then we'll also do the infamous 4 layers of denim. We'll get a measurement on the expansion when we're done, a weight on the read there. If you're interested in any of the products in the video, links will be in the description, including my bag there, which is supposed to be for shooting rifles, but hey, it works out pretty good for setting the chrono there. So I don't know if you noticed these nasty looking things over here. So these are the clear blocks. If you caught the previous video, I discussed how until I can achieve or receive some sort of sponsorship from Clear Ballistics, I'm not going to be able to continue using these, so I'm still trying. Check that video out. I'll link it in the description. But basically not cost effective when they start to look like this after only 4 or 5 remelts at $120 per block, compared to less than $20 for the Nox blocks, which I also get 4 or 5 remelts out of. They are, you know, a little dirty because I dropped them in the dirt in the previous video and whatnot, but you can see they're just not looking prime anymore. So, unfortunately, until I can get some sort of sponsorship on that, that will be the end of the clear blocks here. So I will go ahead and use them here today one last time. I have one that doesn't have any shots in it, so we'll get some results today from the clear as well. But this is going to be the last video until further notice that would be using the Clear Ballistics Gelatin, unless they want to step up and sponsor me. I've already reached out to them once so far, didn't hear back. I'm going to try again, but feel free to hit them up and tell them to help me out there with the cost a little. Alright guys, so obviously that last read was an erroneous read. I'm assuming when that denim flipped, when it hit, it probably crossed over that back sensor and gave it the false read there. But we got good reads on all the other shots, so you can see we're coming in there about mid to high 1000. So I actually took 4 shots. My second shot I nicked the edge here, so I had to retake it. Third shot I jerked the trigger or something and completely missed, but here's our 4th and final shot through the denim here. So right here's the t-shirt one, and you can see the bullets resting about right there. There's your permanent cavity on that. Pretty nice, ain't gonna lie. And then through the denim on the good hit, there's your permanent cavity through that. Definitely expanded because you can see where it was swirling. And we're coming in a little deeper there, so we likely got a little less expansion through the denim, as is commonplace. So I'm assuming that's why it went a little further. We'll find out for sure when we get these out of here in a second. Let me get a measurement on those real quick. Alright, so through the 1 layer of t-shirt, looks like we're just tapping 13 inches there. And then the one through the denim there, just tapping about 15. So let me get these clear blocks down here real quick. We'll get a couple shots on that, and then we'll examine these bullets. So as I stated in the beginning here, they're a little past their prime. Of course, for personal use, they would still do, and I'm sure you can melt them down a few more times and they'll still do. You can see some wound tracks there, so they are still transparent. They're just no longer photogenic, so they look real crappy at this point for the videos. So like I said, until I can get Clear Ballistics to sponsor me, unfortunately I'm going to have to discontinue use of these because it's not cost effective. So I need a little help from them, and then we can start using them again. So hopefully that'll happen in the near future. But anyways, I got these lined up, so you'll get the last few shots in these before hopefully we're getting some sort of deal where I can get some fresh ones, because they still look good for the video after 1 or 2 remelts, but after that they're not so photogenic. And that's another false read. It's got to be that fabric flipping over, and I guess I moved it back a little further, but I try to move it back further still. At least we have a few good reads so we know what these are running. Let me try to scoot that back a little though for these other shots. Alright, so first shot through the t-shirt right here. These are 16-inch blocks, so right away you can see we got more penetration, and that's because hollow points don't like to expand in this stuff. So then through the denim, I'm not expecting much here with these clear blocks. So the second one there, I missed out the side, and surprisingly, so there was my third shot, which we did capture, sitting right there, just about an inch further than that one. So they probably look similar then, because they got similar penetration. So let's get the ones out of the Knox and get these ones out and see what they look like. And real quick, just for verification there, like I said, these are 16-inch blocks, but that's coming in 17 because this is kind of like leaning off the table. But, you know, roughly 16-inch block. So on that one over here, we captured saying 17 with the way everything's situated, which means this one's sitting here at about 18. So surprisingly, these actually expanded really well. This is the one through the t-shirt. This is one through the denim. If you look closely, while they may be about the same diameter, if you include the copper part, this one did expand further through the t-shirt compared to that, at least the lead portion. So we do have a little different expansion t-shirt versus 4 layers of denim, which is to be expected, but I'm surprised these actually expanded pretty well through this clear stuff and including through 4 layers of denim. So that's a really good round. That's part of the reason I'd like to continue to use these blocks, because like I said, it's been my experience that it's hard for hollow points to open in this stuff, harder at least, and especially through 4 layers of denim. You'll get them to expand all day long in the Knox, but then when you hit this stuff, a lot of them will not expand, and these still did. So that's a very good round right there. So the expansion on the one in the clear block here through the t-shirt is 0.5755, and then retained weight 125.7.5. And then the one fired into the clear blocks through the denim, we actually have a wider diameter, 0.6495, because these petals didn't fold over as far after passing through the denim, so that actually gave us a slightly, well, more than slightly wider diameter there. So then retained weight on that one, whoops, I dropped it there. I meant to get a quick look at it there before I threw it on. 126. So let me dig the ones out of the Knox blocks real quick, and we'll get specifications on those. Okay, then these are the ones fired through the Knox, obviously. So this is the one that went through the layer of t-shirt. This was the one that went through the 4 layers of denim. And I'm definitely noticing that these are more folded over through this medium. So these are going to come in a smaller diameter due to that, I believe. Okay, so we'll get measurements and weights on these real quick. And also due to that, there's a little bit of gelatin stuck under these petals. I picked out what I could, but there's still a little bit trapped under the petals on both, so we may get a slightly higher retained weight on these, or we may not, because it depends on if they shed anything through the block. So the one that went through the t-shirt, I did have it locked in there. It pushed through on me a little bit when I set it down. But 0.550, 0.5550. retained weight 124.9. And then the one that passed through the 4 layers of denim, 0.5945. Retained weight 126.4. So I'll try to get a little close up here for you guys. My knee just went in mud. So this back row here is through the Nox gelatin. The front row here is through the clear ballistic gelatin. So this was through the t-shirt, and this was through the t-shirt, and then that was denim and denim. So these pretty consistent regardless of the block, except for oddly through those clear blocks today, even though they expanded just as much, and I believe one of them even larger in the 0.6 zone there, they actually penetrated further through the cleared blocks than they did through the Nox. So I don't know, that stuff's always throwing me for loops, but generally speaking, it's harder for the hollow points to expand in the clear stuff, which generally results in more penetration because they're not as large as diameter. However, here today they did get just as large, and they penetrated further in the clear block than they did in the Nox. So I don't know. But for those of you guys who don't know, this Nox is generally sourced from pig cartilage and stuff like that. So this actually is, in a sense, flesh. So in my opinion, a little more realistic there. But like I said, I was trying to use both for various reasons. Also, the clear's a good test because it's harder for things to expand than that. But so hopefully here before too long we can start using that again, but that's going to be up to clearballistics.com. Anyways, guys, if you want to get your own scale, caliper, bag, chrono, anything I use in the videos, make sure you check out the links in the description. I want to thank you for watching. I'll have more gel tests coming up all year and all kinds of different calibers, including rifles and shotguns coming up as well. So stay tuned, and I hope to see you on the next one.